Alright, so in this video, we're going to talk about riding in New York. What's going on, YouTube? FXDLS Brooklyn is back in the building. And I wanted to make this video as I'm doing some of my favorite riding in the state of New York. What's going on here? What in tarnation? Yeah, things get weird when you get north of the Catskills. That's all I'm gonna say. But, yeah, man. A lot of you often request more riding in the city, riding in the outer boroughs. And every now and then, I will shoot a video riding either in Brooklyn or in New York City. But I've said this before, the truth is that the best riding in the state does not exist in the city or even in the vicinity outside of the city, right? You kind of need to get up at least into the Catskills or more north than that to kind of get into the best riding you're going to get. Which right now I'm kind of doing my favorite riding, which is, this is actually Route 30. I got Jenny on the back. We're actually doing our moto camping trip right now. So this bike is fully loaded with a passenger. And come on, man, you can't beat this. Like, you'd almost look to the scenery here, and I feel like I'm in Wisconsin, but then I look ahead of me, and then I got these mountains and these rolling hills. And I know that within 2 hours, I'm going to be up in the Adirondacks, and the scenery is going to change that much more. So, I love New York. I've said it before, and I say it again. I was born here. This is where I put my roots, where I plan to stay. And I love Brooklyn, you know, but it is what it is. You know, for me, riding within New York City or riding within Brooklyn is a means to an end. You know, when I get on my bike in the city, assuming that it's not super early in the morning or super late at night, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm immediately engaging in a battle, you know? To ride a motorcycle or even just to drive in the city on a day-to-day basis is a battle. It's a fight, you know? It's not fun. Don't get me wrong, there's times where it can be fun, you know, if you're in the right mood, but generally speaking, you're not really leaving second gear. You're dealing with a lot of aggressive and a lot of inattentive and distracted driving. You know, don't get me wrong, that happens everywhere, but when you add more cars into the equation in a confined space like the city, it's only going to get worse. So riding in the city, again, it's more of a means to an end to me. I'm usually riding in the city if I have a destination in mind, or probably like 7 out of 10 times if I'm on my bike in the city, it's usually to get out of the city. And that means I'm going up into the mountains, or I'm blasting out to Long Island, or I'm doing what have you, because it is what it is, man. Anyone who's from here is going to tell you, you got to get out of the city to get into the riding, you know? And besides that, you know, I feel like in terms of riding in general, New York just doesn't get enough love. You know, people from the outside just think, when they think of New York, they just think of the city. But New York City is a very, very, very small part of the entire state, you know? The New York that I'm into when it comes to my motorcycle is what we're looking at right now. Like, this is what I'm into, man. This is my favorite riding. And I feel like I've said this in another video, or maybe I was just talking to Mike over at O'Toole's about this, but I feel like when people do like the long trip out to New York, like say someone from the West Coast is doing a cross country and comes all the way to New York, they're almost always like making it like the Hawk's Nest is the destination. Like, oh, that's the golden New York ride. That's the best riding in New York. always really confused because it's like maybe a half a mile or a quarter mile of like some good twisties with a scenic overview, but then that's it. Like that's all it is. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the riding in and around it is not bad riding by any means. You know, it's good riding, but comparatively to the rest of the state, like getting north of the Catskills or hitting roads like what I'm on right now, it doesn't even compare, man. It doesn't even compare. So I feel like people who are making the long bike trips out here gotta expand the riding that they're doing. Like, get up north, go into the Adirondacks, right? Get yourself some better scenery, some better roads. Because, you know, the Hawk's Nest is cool to do, you know, maybe once in a while, but, you know. I don't know if it's anything to write home about. Looks like we're hopping onto 145, going north. The long path, that's right. Take the long path, take the long road. Like, come on, look at this. Cannot beat this. So yeah, I don't know. Wanted to make a quick video while I'm getting into some of my favorite riding out here, and I would encourage you, you know, come out to the great state of New York. Come get into some of this riding that we enjoy so much. I promise you, if this riding is not worth the trip, then just head on down to the city and get yourself a New York slice, and hopefully that'll do it. But we're gonna keep ripping you. As always, stay safe out there, stay low. Whether you're riding the scenic back road twisties or whether you're crushing miles in the city, maintain a positive mental attitude.